Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to send 10,000 emails that actually book meetings. If you don't know who I am, my name's Anthony. I run Velocity Flow. We're a B2B lead gen agency. We specialize in cold email, specifically hyper-personalized AI cold email. Now, we sent just over 1 million emails and we've ran various campaigns, not just on our behalf, but on our clients' behalf as well. Now, we've recently got to the point where we're actually looking to scale and we're sending out tens of thousands of emails every single day. Now, of course, if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to be hard to send out that much volume daily. So in this video, I'm going to break it down for you step by step as far as what your targeting is going to look like, what your copy is going to look like to actually allow you to reach out to 10,000 people a day, and most importantly, actually book them onto your calendar. So let's get into the video. So first, I just want to break down what the math actually looks like reaching out to 10,000 people and what you should actually be looking for. Because of course, we don't want to come into this blindly. We want to make sure that we're tracking all the data. So let's say you reach out to 10,000 people. Let's say you get a 1% response rate. That's 100 people responding. Let's say 30% of those are positive responses. That's 30 people. Let's say 30% actually book in. That's 9 people. And let's say you close 25%, which is 2 closes, right? Now, mind you, these deals are anywhere from 2 to 5K a month. And you can obviously do the math on that. This is just for 1 day of sending, right? So take this and multiply it by 5. And here's what we're actually looking at. We're looking at 50,000 people. We're looking at 500 responses. We're looking at 150 positive responses. We're looking at 45 people that book in. And we're looking at 11 deals closed, obviously assuming these same stats over here. These stats are nothing crazy. These are more on the lower end of the industry. Response rate typically when it comes to cold email is anywhere from 1 to 3%. 1% once again being on the low side. For all these stats here, I basically assume the worst. Okay, now you may be wondering, how do I send 50,000 emails every single week? And honestly, there is a technique to it. When you're sending out 10,000 emails every single day, 50,000 emails every single week, you have to know what you're doing. You can't be pulling super niche and super targeted lists, right? Obviously, naturally, sending 50,000 emails, your lists are going to be a little more broad. Now, let me show you what I mean. So like I said, right, you're going to be sending broad lists. Now, when I say broad, this correlates to your targeting. So the people that you actually target, you're going to be targeting a super broad list. It's not going to be super niche down, right? Because it's going to be hard to actually scale with that volume. So when you're doing a list that big and your targeting is that loose, the copy has to really carry the offer. Now, how you're going to do that is you are going to use what we call, what everyone knows, AI, right? AI is going to carry the copy, right? AI is literally going to carry the entire email because it is going to reference something that is personal to every individual prospect, no matter what industry they're in, right? Since you are doing a broader scrape, the list may be a little more loose than what you're used to, right? When you're first starting off, you're maybe scraping a list of 1,000, 2,000 people that are super targeted all within one industry. But once you start to get more volume, right, you can't scale volume with the super targeted list. So naturally, you're going to have to go more broad. Now, my main focus for this video is to show you exactly how you go about targeting a super broad list of 10,000 plus people to actually send your emails out to. Now, it's also very important that you understand what the copy is going to look like. So in today's example, I'm going to be using AI Arc. If you've been watching my videos, you know this is kind of what I stand by. This is what I use to do my personal scrapes. We found their data to be the best. So I'm going to use AI Arc. I'm going to show you how to mess with the filters, what you're actually looking for when you're doing a broader scrape. Now, I'm also going to show you how to use AI to actually personalize these emails. Now, our approach for personalizing the emails used to be with Clay, but nowadays with Claude and how advanced it's gotten, we have literally Claude do the entire process for us. It's just way cheaper and it's honestly the same efficiency. Now, since this is a broad scrape, right, we're not like niching down crazy, like, oh, this business has to be a staffing and recruiting firm or get it out the list. It's more so like, can this business benefit from cold email, right? Can we get them results via cold email? Are they a business that sells their service or product to another business? That is all we're verifying. So Claude is going to verify that for us, verify the ICP. It's going to personalize the first line of the email. It's going to clean the company name, and it's also going to clean the first name. All right, so now you have a basic understanding on how to actually send 10,000 emails. You know that you're going to need a super broad list, and you know that AI is going to carry when it comes to the personalization and the copy. So now let me actually give you live examples, and let me show you how to actually, number one, do the scrape, and then also have AI personalize the entire email. Okay, so you're on an AI Arc. What you're going to do is you're going to come over here to the People's tab. I like to scrape straight from the People's tab. Now, what you're going to do, what I do is I get my filters straight from Claude, as I get everything straight from Claude, right? So you can just go into your Claude, tell it that you're doing a super broad scrape and that you need filters for the scrape. That's literally exactly what I did for the previous campaigns that we've set up. All right, so just so you know what you're actually looking for here when you're doing a broad scrape, right, is you want to be not going to be super niche down, right? Industry, we leave that blank, and the reason being is because the industry is based off of tags, which is based off of LinkedIn, right? So if you mess with the industry, a lot of times you're leaving businesses on the table that just simply don't have that tag, but they are that type of business, if that makes sense. So a better approach is just going with the keywords, especially if you're doing a super broad scrape. You're just going to mess with the keywords. You're going to mess with the location. We always put this to US, and you're going to mess with the employee size and the job roles. That's it. So basically what's doing the work here is the actual keywords. That's what's really moving the whole entire thing. And then the job roles to make sure that you're getting in contact with the decision makers. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab my filters from Claude, and then I'm just going to go ahead and import them here. All right, guys, so as you see here, I have all my data inserted. So I have all the job roles, making sure I'm only getting in contact with decision makers, with founders, CEOs, owners. Then we have our employee size. I just went 1 through 100 here. Location, United States. And then all I did was mess with keywords. For this example, I'm doing manufacturing. So all I asked Claude was give me keywords for manufacturing, and it gave me a bunch of keywords here. As you see, we have 500,000 records, right? So what we're going to do is we're literally just going to go ahead and export them. Now, what I would do here is I would exclude my previous exports just so I'm not scraping the same things. Like I said, I've already done manufacturing. So I would just go ahead and exclude all of these. So I'm not scraping these same people multiple times. Okay, cool. So now we're at around 457,000. So what I would do is I would just go ahead and select 10,000, apply selection. I would go ahead and export it. And then I would go ahead, once that finishes exporting, I would add that to the list so that the next export that I do, it's going to be excluded from the list, and I'm not just scraping that same 10,000 that I already did. Now, when it comes to scraping a super broad list, that is literally it. That's literally all you have to do. It's like the lightest thing ever, because like I said, your personalization is going to carry the entire thing. As long as they are a business who sells to another business, the way that you are framing the copy is in a way that is going to benefit anyone. Okay, so now you have your list scraped. You've scraped literally tens of thousands of leads ready for your campaign. Now you may be wondering, okay, what does a copy actually look like? How am I actually going to personalize these emails? So let me show you. Okay, so when it comes to creating your offer, we have to take into account, what do these business owners want? These founders that you're reaching out to, what do they value? Now, there's two things. They want either more money or they want more time, or maybe both. So your offer has to communicate that you are going to be able to bring them either more money or more time, or both. Now, if you can make that offer to anyone who has a business, whether it's the ice cream truck down the street or whether it is a fractional CFO, they are going to be interested, right? You are giving them more money or more time. So it doesn't matter who it is. So when it comes to doing a super broad scrape, we have to make sure that we're communicating both of these in the email. So whoever the email gets in front of, it doesn't matter, as long as they can benefit from either more money or more time, which everyone can, then it is going to hit. Now, the reason I have two different business owners here, right, is because these guys may want different things, right? And both of these guys might end up in my same scrape. This person right here might manufacture something for in the food industry. This person right here might do something totally different. Let's say grills, something totally different. These, I wouldn't say are in the same ICP necessarily, but they can both benefit from more money and from more time. Now, you may be thinking, how are we going to give them more time? Well, most people, right? Well, everyone, to actually get money, you have to trade your time. Even you may be thinking, oh, passive income. Well, yeah, passive income didn't always start passive though. Like, you had to trade some type of time for the money. Now, these business owners are doing the exact same thing if they don't have something in place. They are trading some sort of their time, whether it's reaching out to people on their behalf, whether it's being in contact with referrals. They are wasting some of their time in return for more money. Now, if you can take care of both of these for them and you can free up their time and bring them more money, then it is a no-brainer. It does not matter if they are in the food industry. It does not matter if they sell grills. It doesn't matter what they sell. If you can provide this for them, then they are going to be interested. Okay, so now you're probably thinking, how can you actually communicate this over email? What does the copy look like? What does the AI personalization look like? And super simple. This is what it's going to look like. We're not going to overcomplicate anything. Literally, as you see, this is super easy to read, right? Which is the point. These are business owners. These are founders. They don't have time to be reading 3 paragraphs. First name, if we could connect you with, you're going to insert their ICP, aka who it is that brings them more money, right? That's going to be their ICP, their ideal client. Now, AI is going to personalize this part for every single email, for every single business that was in that scrape. So AI personalizes this. So you don't have to worry about that. So first name, if we could connect you with whoever brings them money on autopilot, right? What else do they care about? They care about their time. They don't want to have to touch anything. It's going to be on autopilot. How fast are they getting it in the next 30 days. Once again, they care about their time. Then you're just going to go ahead and throw in a low friction CTA. Would that be interesting? Super simple. Now, here's my calendar link. I'm dropping my calendar link, booking a call here, just super low friction CTA. Would that be interesting? That is it. I promise this will work. Now, you may be thinking, okay, sounds simple, but how do I have AI actually do this part right here? Super simple as well. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take the CSV from AI Arc. Obviously, you've already verified your emails, right? Million verifier, whatever you use. So take the CSV from AI Arc of the super broad scrape. You're going to verify all those emails. You're going to go into Claude and you're going to literally ask it this. This is the exact prompt. I'm going to give it to you completely for free. I'm going to drop it in the description below. Copy and paste this into your Claude, and it's going to do everything for you, and it's going to give you back a CSV ready to put into your sequencer. It's that easy. It's that simple. You're just going to go ahead and put this in, and you're literally just going to kick back and watch your campaigns print. Now, I hope this video was beneficial for you. If you have any comments, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I try to make this as simple and straight to the point as possible. I'm also going to drop my Instagram, so if you have any questions, you can feel free to shoot me a text there. I always respond there as well. As mentioned, I'm obviously going to drop the prompt that I just put up on the screen so you can actually throw it into your Claude and have it do the entire personalization for you. And then you could tweak the personalization to whatever you wanted as well. You literally just tell your Claude how you want to tweak the personalization. Now, scraping the list and doing the AI personalization is one thing, but obviously you need to be able to have the infrastructure to be able to send out 10,000 emails a day. So if you want to know how to actually set up your infrastructure, how to make sure your deliverability is good, I'll go ahead and link the video right here, and I will see you there.